morning and welcome to the second day of the Milken Institute Asia Summit. My name is Petra Freddy and I'm a Senior Director with the Milken Institute Asia Center. We're coming to you live from Singapore, but we're being joined by participants from around the world. And it's an honor to introduce our next speaker, Deepak Chopra, who's dialing in from California to speak about imagining humanity. Deepak is an author, teacher, and best-known figure in alternative medicine. Through his pioneering methods of personal transformation, he empowered the lives of millions of people, and he also just published his 90th book on total meditation. The current health crisis has brought mental health into focus for all of us. How do we balance our digital lives and live mindfully? Throughout this program, we try to give you the opportunity to do that, be it from doing yoga to practicing meditation to training your brain. So I really hope you get to take advantage of them. We need a new story for the future of humanity and life on planet Earth. Join Deepak as he explores practical ways to achieve more peaceful, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world.
I'm Dr. Deepak Chopra, and it's a great pleasure to participate once again in the Milken Institute series happening all over the world, now in Asia. So today I want to take the opportunity to share with you that COVID-19 and everything that's happened the year 2020 is giving us an opportunity to reinvent life on our planet, to reinvent our bodies, to resurrect our souls, and to create possibly a vision for a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. During the COVID-19, as a physician, I recognized grief across the human landscape, across the world. As a physician, I've watched grief many times go through many stages. Victimization, why me, then anger, then resentment, then grievances, then hostility, and frustration, helplessness, and death. Very tragic. Once in a while, as a physician, I've seen something called acceptance. Acceptance of what is right now. And as soon as there's acceptance, there's also peace. And as soon as there's peace, there's a quest for meaning, purpose, and a new vision. So for those of us here who accept what is happening in the world right now, pandemics, wars, terrorism, eco-destruction, poison in our food chain, climate change, mechanized ways of killing each other, cyber warfare, atomic bombs. I could go on and on. This is our moment for finding opportunity for joy, for peace, for creativity, for higher vision. And for that, we need emergence. Social scientists are talking about emergence right now. And emergence happens when you have a shared vision. The vision I share with you right now is a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. Period. Shared vision. Maximum diversity of people in that shared vision. Humanitarians, scientists, cosmologists, geneticists, biologists, mathematicians, physicians, storytellers, songwriters, poets, entertainment, education, maximum diversity of background, but also of ethnicity, nationality, race, gender. When you have shared vision, maximum diversity in that shared vision, and complementing each other's strengths, and a totally open, transparent forum with feedback, like the Milken Institute right now, then there's the possibility of emergence. An old story dies, a new story is born. Old meaning dies, a new meaning is born. Old context dies, a new context is born. Old relationships die, and new relationships are born, or the old relationships become new relationships. This is the time of the hour. Otherwise, please, I'm not being facetious. If we go the way we've gone in the past, then we are looking at extinction on this planet, extinction of life. The pandemic showed us something very interesting. It showed us that the ecosystem is capable of repairing itself. So as we return to our cages, our homes, birds started singing, bees started coming back. You could see fish in dead lakes, Himalayas from 400 miles away. And people were breathing better even in polluted cities. The biosphere, the ecosystem, is an extension of life, of sentient beings. And of all sentient beings, humans are the most reflective, the best storytellers, and the most creative. They can not only adapt to any environment, they can create their own environments. So what's the new story? The new story is really, once again, a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. And the story begins with ourselves. Because if we can't be the change we want to see in the world, there's not going to be any change in the world. Mahatma Gandhi said that first. But it's obvious that the world is a projection of our collective consciousness. And right now, our collective consciousness is in the fear mode, in the fight and flight mode, in the reactive mode, feeling victimized, angry, manipulative, addicted to sensation, addicted to power, addicted to control, addicted to security, which is the biggest cause of insecurity, on and on. Nobody is collectively expressing love and joy from their heart, or a joyful, energetic body, or a clear mind, or lightness of being, which comes from being connected with our innermost self. Elsewhere in my talks, I've spoken about the 7 pillars of well-being, personal well-being: sleep, stress management, number 2. Number 3, emotional intelligence in the form of empathy, compassion, joy, equanimity. Number 4, nutrition, which revitalizes the microbiome, 99% of the genetic information in our body. Number 5, resetting our biological rhythms, circadian, seasonal, gravitational, through processes like connecting with nature and grounding ourselves. And of course, exercise, movement, mind-body coordination, yoga, controlled breathing, and ultimately self-realization, the ultimate goal of all goals. If we can embark on this personal journey, then society will transform. If there's a critical mass of that personal transformation that leads to what we call social transformation. There can never be a social transformation in the absence of personal transformation, because society is built through people. And everything we call human civilization is actually a human construct based on human experiences. Of those 7 pillars of well-being that I just mentioned, sleep, stress management, movement, exercise, yoga, controlled breathing, emotional resilience, grounding, nutrition, and self-realization, the last one is the most important. The wisdom traditions tell us that humans, no matter how happy they are, no matter what they have, at some stage will go through an existential crisis. There's a death in the family, or your own health is threatened, or you're facing old age, infirmity. Then you start to wonder, what's next? And existential suffering has 4 or 5 basic reasons. Not knowing our true self as spiritual beings having a human experience, clinging and grasping at phenomena that are transient, ephemeral, evanescent, recoiling from phenomena that are transient, evanescent, ephemeral, identifying with the fragmented mind called the ego, and the fear of death. And all these 5 so-called kleshas, causes of human suffering, are actually solved by going to the deepest level of awareness, which is our true self, not our ego identity, but the consciousness in which that ego identity is created. And for this, meditation and meditative practices and self-reflection and transcendence are the key. What people call the religious or spiritual experience has 3 common factors: transcendence, knowing yourself as not bound by the constructs of space-time and causality, transcendence, the emergence of Platonic values like truth, goodness, beauty, harmony, love, compassion, joy, equanimity, and the loss of the fear of death. All these are dependent on our ability to go beyond the dark alleys, the ghost-filled attics, and the constructs of the fragmented mind to that place which is pure awareness, infinite possibilities, synchronicity, pure creativity, embracing uncertainty and harnessing the powers of attention and intention. That's the key. So how do we reimagine humanity? We reimagine humanity by first focusing on our own well-being. And I mentioned the pillars of well-being. Only then can we actually begin to think about sentience on our planet and actually projecting a completely new reality, because what we call everyday perceptual reality is a projection of the human mind. So I mentioned social scientists talking about emergence, but there's another phenomenon happening, and that is humans are rethinking humanity in 5 major sectors. 5 major sectors. The first is information technologies, information networks coming together for creative problem solving. Also the convergence of all kinds of information technologies, from VR to augmented experiences through dreamscapes, artificial intelligence, algorithms that actually correlate facial expression, tone of voice, mood, with immune function, with hormone balance, with self-regulation, and what we call intervention in those areas of well-being that I mentioned, the 7 areas of well-being. Everything that happens in the mind is now easily measurable in the body. Everything that happens in the body has a mark in the mind called neural correlates of experience. And at the Chopra Foundation, we are developing algorithms to actually look at face recognition through what we call a well-fee instead of a selfie, and immediately assess your mood and your biological function and intervene instantly in real time. The future of well-being is preventable, it's precise, it's personalized, it's participatory, and it's process-oriented, and it's predictable. So we have a great future to look for through information technologies and the convergence of information technologies and the coming together of information technologies for creative problem solving, including climate change and solving pandemics and creating vaccines and all of that. The second sector that drives human civilization is energy. And right now it's obvious that an oil-free economy is possible, and that we will look in the future of energy coming from photons and waves and particles and gravity and force fields, clean energy. in the absence of fossil fuels. The third sector that drives human civilization is transport. And soon, transport is also going to be very different. You'll have transportation on demand. You'll have autonomous cars, autonomous planes, autonomous ships, autonomous railroads, all built and riding on clean energy, including electromagnetic waves. The fourth area that drives human civilization is food. Right now, food is dependent on livestock and farming and agriculture, all of which is very old fashioned. New food technologies will be precision fermentation, resurrecting the microbiome, the planetary microbiome. It's obvious that 1 teaspoon of soil under the Amazon contains more genetic information than the entire surface of all rainforests on planet Earth. That is the gold mine for sentience, for human life. So food will be reinvented as well. And finally, matter, instead of extracting materials from the earth, we'll be creating materials starting from waves and particles and photons. Big vision, but people are coming together globally to do this. And if anyone in this forum would like to connect with me, please ask Rachel Goldstein and anybody from the Milken Institute. We would like to invite you to join some of our campaigns. One of them is called Never Alone, neveralone.love, www.neveralone.love, an ecosystem that helps treat depression globally and prevent suicide. And there are many such efforts in these 5 sectors as well. So please connect with me if you want to. And now for the last 3 minutes, I just want to conclude by doing a reflection, a reflective meditation. So wherever you are, just sit quietly, close your eyes, bring your awareness to the breath, observe it. Now bring your awareness to your heart and mentally ask yourself, who am I? What am I? Don't try to answer it. Allow any sensation, images, feelings, thoughts to come to you. Now ask the question, what do I want? For myself, for my family, for the world. Allowing any sensations, images, feelings, or thoughts to come to you. Then ask yourself, what is my calling and how do I connect with the greater ecosystem that is envisioning a new reality, rethinking, reimagining humanity? How do I connect? Connect with me if you want also. And finally ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Allowing any sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts to come to you. Gratitude opens the door to abundance and everything that you want, plenitude in life, in all areas of life. And now just repeat your full name to yourself. So mentally, I am Deepak Chopra, I am Rachel Goldstein, I am Nikki Wilbur, I am Leslie Thurman. Repeat your name a few times. And now let your name go and just say, I am, I am. It's our common identity. If you want, replace it with the mantra, aham, aham, mentally. Now let the mantra go and rest in being. This is who we are, infinite possibilities at all times. Let's start living the dream now, because we are the dreamer, we are the dreaming, and we are the dream. Emergence is happening. The train is leaving. The plane is on the runway. Don't wait. Join the vision to create a more peaceful, just, sustainable, healthier, and joyful world. God bless and thank you.